we left some guys in Alagira to defend that place. We asked for volunteers, and those 3 guys said, yes, we're standing and fight for our country, even if we've invaded it in the first place. Okay, before we get on with the UK turn of number 13, quick look at what the Germans did. Surprised me, actually. They, instead of taking the artillery back into Tunis and bringing infantry forward, they brought 2 infantry forward to say, we're going to defend this place. You've got to attack it. You're not going to get an easy walk in there. And move their 1 tank that came from Alagira to come all the way back into Constantine to help shore up that over there. And put 2 of their infantry guys into the Tunis convoy zone to help try to split up what the Brits could do in terms of attacking any forces on transport ships, and only retreated 4 guys out of 30. Had to leave 3 guys behind in Alagira because I forgot to count up the 4 existing Italian guys that are already in there. So we left some guys in Alagira to defend that place. We asked for volunteers, and those 3 guys said, yes, we're standing and fight for our country, even if we've invaded it in the first place. So let's have a look at the battles the Brits have declared. Obviously into Alagira with a flanking attack from a couple of these Hermann Shermans. Other than that, they want this submarine out of the way. It's annoying it being in there. So they're going to roll in 2 dice at 4 for the destroyer and the fighter, and the Germans will defend with 1 dice at 2s. And everybody's missed. Dice tray slightly out of shot there, isn't it? Yeah, everybody's missed. We can do that again on round number 2. Nobody escapes from the combat there because it's us attacking. And this time we have smashed the submarine out of the water twicely. So as that submarine goes, that is that Iran convoy zone done. We can look at the one into the Tunis convoy zone. 1 fighter trying to attack the naked transport ship up there. Will the Axis forces never learn? And we have missed. So that one is end of combat. Here is a slightly tighter battle here because these Germans and the Italian as well, I believe it is, defend at 5. Double check my sheet. Yes, he does. And their 1 bomber, Italian-wise, defends at a 1. We're only going in with 3 at 4. So we can do 3 at 4 from the brown dice, 3 at 5 from the dark dice, plus there's a single 1 at the end there should the Axis force need it. It's a little bit of a big and brave decision to go into there. We are going a little bit light, but we can hopefully get some more of these reinforcements off the board if we can be successful. And the Brits have scored just 1 hit out of 4. That was actually on the 7. I'm not with my finger. Those 2 there have scored hits, however. That's probably terminal for this attack as far as I'm concerned. The Italians would take that on their bomber, get him out of the way, and these 2 guys would be gone for the Brits. That'll be it for them. I'm assuming we can land in this fighter back into Malta and bring in this fighter from the Tunis convoy into Malta as well. They can pump into the back door of Tunis and try to wreck anything there on the next couple of turns. And so the attack into, let's move everybody over, into Messa Brega. Can we see that? Yeah, we can. We need dice tray as well, don't we? Okay. So we will have supplies been spent. They are definitely defending in there, whatever happens. They roll 1 of their magical mines at 3s and wreck the entire Mareth. But we have knocked back 2 units. We're going to take that, I'm absolutely sure. Let me just make sure that those guys are all there. Sort it out in a minute. 2 Brits get pushed back from there. I think it's going to be infantry artillery. So let's just move that to there. Put him in the naughty corner and get an artillery piece and face him away as well. And we can start rolling some dice at this in a proper attack. We have 3 Matildas, all going in at 4s, scoring 1 hit. We have the artillery piece going in from there. Oh, my fingers and thumbs today. The artillery piece going into there at 3s. Scores a hit. Nice, it's pretty much done now because all we need to do is get these 2 Hermann Shermans with rerolls at 5s coming in on the flanking side, and they've scored a hit and a reroll. Doesn't matter. Those guys are all lost and gone. And we have the 3 Germans defending at 3 in Alagira and scoring just the 1 hit, which the Brits would take off their 1 artillery piece. And Alagira has fallen. The Brits roll into there with these pieces, and I'll sort everything else non-com off camera and see you once I've rebuilt my Italian army in Mareth and decide what they're going to be doing. Okay, quick cut in the shot here, just tidying up at the end of the British turn, getting their reinforcements on the board and all the non-com movements done. And check the last video clip and notice that I didn't roll the 1 Italian bomber that was here that would have had a defensive roll at 1 versus 1 of the fighters that were left. So we can tidy that up straight away by just grabbing a dice, rolling it in and seeing if anything happened to that, because it affects the defensive mortar there, or the attack in the Tunis afterwards perhaps. And it nearly scored a hit at 2, but it ended up failing. So nothing happened there. Ignore me being a numpty. I'll get on with the Italians now. So Italy on turn number 13 advanced from the Tripoli convoy zone into Tripoli itself and parked their fighter in there with it. They're purchasing a couple of fighters and a couple of mines. There is a chance, that the Axis forces could actually punch into Algiers up there. We're putting a mile on that border from Constantine, but I don't think we're going to be actually doing that. But it's on the cards. We're also putting 1 landmine in the south of Tripoli, just in case the Brits decide to come round here. We could even move a guy into Sokna, non-combat, which we're going to be doing. It just blocked it off. We now can't get those Hermann Shermans around there. But we can actually make an attack as the Italian player. We're looking forward to this. They haven't been aggressive for a little while. But what we can do, we've got these guys here, 3 artillery and 4 infantry, plus we can fly this plane over, 1, 2, 3, and it can land in the Kasserine Pass afterwards. That can get involved in an attack against Lagotte. Why not indeed? Let's just roll that one out. There's nothing else we're doing that's aggressive by the Italians. Let's have a bit of fun with them. So, they will spend 2 supplies to make that attack. And the Allied forces there will spend 1 supply from back there in Iran. I just swap a 5 for 4 individuals. That covers that one off. And these Hermann Shermans got to do about face. We get, for the Italians, 6 dice will roll in at 3s, and 1 will go in at 2s naked. And we scored just the 1 hit out of it initially. Okay. And 1 at 2s. That scores a hit as well. And we've got the fighter as well that goes in at a 4, I believe it is. And scores a hit, even if we are using the wrong coloured dice twice. So 3 guys get knocked back from there. I think it's going to be the 3 Brits. And we can do these defensive rolls now. We got the 2 Hermann Shermans defend at 4s. Not as good as Matilda's in defence. They score 1 hit. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys all defending at 3s. Mixture of dice here. And they score just 1 hit as well. So 2 Italians will come off of there. And those Brits are gone. And why don't we go again with this bit of combat? I've got no reason as to why not. So 1 supply is brought in on the truck from earlier on. We can spend 1 from behind in Mareth and 1 from over there in Iran for defenders. Let's do it in a more sensible order this time. The 1 fighter goes in at a4. Scores a hit. Nice. We have the infantry artilleries. 5 dice. All at 3s. Well, actually, that's a bit on the cocky dice. That one, it's going to fall on the 5. Yes, just 1 more hit out of that. So just 2 this time round. And in defence, the 2 Hermann Shermans defend at 4s, score 1 hit. And the infantry artillery, just 2 of these guys left there now at 3s. And they score a 2nd hit. So these 2 guys go and the 2 Italian guys go. Well, for a laugh, should we just carry on into there? Because I don't see the Axis forces being in too much danger. We've got these guys in from Mareth that can fill in. We've got two trucks that we can move stuff in as well afterwards. Let's not be too cocky with it. I think if we get a bit overexcited, we may take our eye off the ball, which is keeping Tunis from falling. So no, we'll just hold off at that attack for there, and we say well done to the Italian guys, done a magical job there. The fighter can land in the Kasserine Pass and help to defend that place, and that'll be it for Italy. Apart from some non-combat movements, shuffling some of these guys around the board and putting the fighters on in the reinforcements phase. I'll see you when we get on with the Americans next. Okay, but on with the Americans now, and as you might be able to see, we perceive that there is life in this old dog yet. We're not so convinced that the Axis forces are guaranteed to get a minor victory and that's the only result available. Yes, the British forces can't come around and get to Mareth from the eastern side, but we can come in from the western side and potentially take out Mareth. It's a hard ask to do that, but the only way we think we can do this is to distract the Axis forces. And we don't tell them. We're going to distract the Axis forces by nipping into Constantine up here as well, threatening Tunis. They have to put some kind of resources into Tunis to defend that place to get away from that instant total victory that the Allied forces would receive from there. So we've made our purchases, put 1 mine into the Tripoli convoy zone, noticing there's a German mine in there that should have been used. It was just an oversight by the German forces not exploding that mine when they could have done. These things happen. We bought ourselves some bombers and fighters and lots more tanks as well. Whether they get used or not is an entirely different matter. And we're declaring 2 attacks. We spent the supplies for it already. We've got 8 guys here, infantry, artillery combinations, trying to hit Constantinople. All these tanks into Alawed, and we're going to put in a bomber and a fighter into each of them. It's a bit over the top here, but the more heavy units we have in Alawed, the better. So 2 into there and 2 into there. We'll move the dice tray where we can see it. That'll do. And we start up north in Constantinople. The first thing that's going to happen is the mainly Italian defence in there are going to roll 3 dice at 3 to explode those mines that were so brilliant on previous rolls, and have knocked back just the 1 American. So I'll take that chip off of there and put 1 of them into the naughty corner. And then we can remove that mine. Clearly they are going to be defending there for at least 1 round of attack. So we have now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 units in there. That will be 6 going in at 3s. And scoring just the 1 hit out of that. There's a naked infantry that runs in there at 2s. He misses. We've got the bomber and the fighter coming in through the back door. The bomber scores a hit at the 5. But the fighter goes in at a 4. And that misses. Okay. It is just the 2 hits off of there. I think the Italians will be extremely happy with that. And I would just change up that green chip that's there for 3 greys, leaving 2 of them to one side. Should have to remind us not to make anything too badly wrong, although it is me. In defensive here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all at 2s. For the Italian infantry, and they scored just the 1 hit in defence, plus there is their 1 big whacking pansy tank, which defends at a 4 and scores a hit. So that's 2 off the Americans as well. I think they would be asking for better than that, the American player. But we're whittling them down slowly, if not surely, and we're also eating into their supply dump as well. So we're going to go again this attack. We've only got the 5 ground units walking in there now, so we've only got to spend 1 supply rather than 2. And we think the Axis players, well, we're not likely to get through and hit those 2 pieces of expensive air. We could retreat back into Tunis. We haven't got an awful lot of units coming through. I think we have to try to preserve what we've got. We've only got 2 units coming through from Tunis on the next turn. A whole lot of mechanised infantry which may get back into the battle. I think they're going to have to retreat from there. So I'm going to say that the Axis forces are backing off and have to withstand whatever comes in from this from these Americans there. Yes, we are leaving it slightly wide open, but I believe that's the best choice for them. The American bomber rolls in at A6. Scores a hit. Not a good start. The fighter rolls in at a 4. Misses. We've now got the 5 dice for the infantry artillery running in. Unopposed. And scoring 2 more hits out of that. Okay. That's 3 in total, which is these 3 Italians. We salute you bravely. And we can get this 1 tank back into Tunis. And these guys here will roll into Constantine. It's knocking on the door, but I believe that there should be enough German and Italian pieces left to hang on to that place on turn 14. And we have got a mine we've got to get through as well next time round. And obviously that 1 truck is going to change hands. Let's have a look at this one into Al Owed. It's a bit of a heavier prospect. I think the Allied forces will roll in there fairly easily. No mines to explode. We have the bomber going in at A6. Misses. A fighter going in at 4s. Scores 1 hit. And then we have the 6 Hermann Shermans. All going in at 5s. And scoring plenty enough hits there. These guys have all been squashed. So they get defensive rolls. 3 guys all at 3. And score 2 hits out of that. It's a lot to ask to take both of those hits on the air. I think we're going to lose the 1 fighter and 1 of those Hermann Shermans. And so Al Owed has fallen. These guys can roll into there. Supplies come off, and I should do all the non-combat movement phases and put our air into the reinforcement zones and the tanks into the reinforcement zones. And that will be it for turn number 13. It's turning into a tighter finish than I was expecting it to be. But I still think the advantage is with the Axis forces for that minor victory. I'll see you in turn number 14. It's mouth-watering now. Till next time, be cool.